Simon O'Connor.
Mr Speaker, thank you for the chance to speak on this third reading of the Education Amendment Bill. We've heard a lot of talk, particularly coming from the opposition, using the word ideology, that this is all about ideology. And there's two general elements you can kick into here. The first is this side of the House has not used the word ideology. In fact, it's been straw man or straw person politics. We better be gender neutral tonight. Straw person politics, arguing of what supposedly the opposition has said, and that's not what it's about. But you see, the key is that with ideology, you can flush it out. You can flush it out pretty quickly. And I suppose I want to charge even that this has been more about the opposition. Firstly, the thing when you see ideology come from the opposition, you know it's ideology. It's highly emotional. It's yelling and it's screaming, and it's that belief from the ideological left that if you yell louder, somehow it makes your point more valid. The second side, and we've been hearing again about ideology, and I'm reversing this back onto the opposition, is around consistency. Because we've heard the opposition talk about special character schools and the state schools. We've heard about integrated schools. Makes a very good Catholic schools as well. Of course, the thing is that if you want to be consistent, then a further option really isn't a problem. And I suggested during the committee stage, Mr Chair, that actually this would have been the party, the Labor Party and the Greens, would have been fighting against integrated schools in the 1970s because it's different. Because what they want, and they've talked about it themselves, Mr Speaker, is hands-on. And what the opposition wants is to hands-on, a singular control. I also get the sense that they just want to keep on talking. The third element where you know the opposition is coming from an ideological side is proportionality. When you look at any argument, it's all about proportionality. We've basically approached and heard the Chicken Little approach to politics tonight from the chicken liver, even possibly, sort of a pâté maybe. But the sky is going to fall in. This is going to be the end of education. This is going to be the end of childhood. Somehow this is going to destroy New Zealand. An approach here attempting as another addition to help 1 out of 5 children. And the final side, the fourth side, you realise this is not ideology from the government side, but from the opposition side is threats. You hear threats. We're going to change this legislation come hell or high water. And it's the same with the whole casino thing. We don't like it. We're going to make threats. So, Mr Speaker, you can see that ideology is being spoken and accused of the government, but actually it's coming from the other side. Lack of consistency, lack of proportionality, lack of, lots of threats and emotionalism. Mr Speaker, this government, and I think all sides on this government, support teachers. We have a respect for the teaching profession. A number of people on this side have been teachers. A number of us have friends who are teachers. We have respect for the teaching profession and what they engage with. This bill is not about replacing schools. This is about an addition. This is not removing the current system. This is adding on to it in the same way that our special character schools work. You were talking about, Tracy Martin was talking about help with those in need. I've got a number of friends with people who have special needs, well catered for, but there are still options. So, Mr Speaker, this is not about replacing, it's not even about replicating, it's about an addition. I think there are other elements we need to consider. There's been a lot of talk and a lot of mix-up, particularly from the opposition, around the whole registered versus qualified side. The language has been very imprecise from the other side. This bill says that being a registered teacher is not an absolute condition. Being qualified is. And I want to challenge one of the last speakers who was suggesting that somehow the only way you can teach is to have gone through Teachers College. The only way you can teach is through Teachers College. That cannot make sense. That cannot make sense. People all through this House teach their children in all sorts of different ways. Each and every one of us teaches, imparts knowledge in different ways, and not all of us needed to go to a teacher's college to do this. We didn't need to do that. In fact, even when you look at something like tradition, if you even use that word tradition, dare I use that in the House, an element of teaching, because tradition comes from the root word, the etymology, to pass on. That is something that each and every one of us does. Yes, his mother's a teacher. Brother's a teacher. Sister's gone to Teachers College on this side of the House. But see, teaching is about passing on. It's about tradition, handing on. And that's the core of the teaching profession. So this is not about not having qualified teachers. This is about registered. But just a couple of final points, Mr. Speaker. The other point, we go, thank goodness, and I come back to the ideology. Contradiction, Mr. Speaker. Contradiction. This side, tautology even, repetitious tautology. They've been yelling and crying that side of the House that someone won't take a call, and then someone dares to stand up and have a little conversation. Oh no, we don't want to hear that now. This is all about control, and I want to come back to what I was saying in the Committee of the Whole House. This are taxpayers' money. Individual taxpayers contribute to the education system. If those individual taxpayers want to come together to form a school with their money, well, all power to them. They're taxpayers, they're individuals, they're families, they want this education system. Let's pass this bill, let's put it into law. I welcome 2014.
The debate having concluded, order. The question is that the motion be agreed to. Those of that opinion will say aye. Contrary, no. Ayes have it. Party vote. The clerk will conduct the party vote.
New Zealand National.
59 votes in favour.
New Zealand Labour.
33 votes opposed.
Green Party.
14 votes opposed.
New Zealand First.
7 votes opposed.
Maori Party.
2 votes in favour.
Mana.
1 vote opposed.
Act New Zealand.
1 vote in favour.
United Future.
1 vote opposed.
Brendan Horan.
1 vote opposed.
Any other votes?
The ayes are 62, the noes are 57. The bill will be read a third time.
Education Amendment Bill, third reading.
Call on Government Order of the Day number 3.
Land Transport Management Amendment Bill, third reading.